Yo, what's up? It's your girl, Pretty Riot, and I'm sitting pretty starting riots right here on iLLANOiZE Radio. And every single week, you come and you watch these great interviews, and you still ain't subscribed. What are you doing? Hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on too.
It's iLLANOiZE Radio, Chicago's most valuable radio show. I'm your host, Biko, alongside my brethren, Illinois Jones.
Bow, bow, bow.
As always, man, we keep you in tune with the dopest guests from around the city and globe. This time around, man, our cousin is back.
One of our favorite cousins.
You know what I'm saying? He goes by the name of 8MatikLogan.
What's poppin'?
What's going
y'all.
on? How you been?
Man, I'm good. I'm blessed, you know?
I haven't seen you. I think it's the last time we both seen you.
Was that last year?
Was at Schuber's.
Was that last year?
Yep. June of last year.
Man, the event was memorable.
Dope as hell.
It was Paradox, right?
Yep. Paradox Live, the first one.
Man, bro, me and Jones had a great experience. We was front row and center. You had your Yeezys on. You know, you was comfortable up there. You know what I'm saying? You had some openers too. Glose.
Yep.
Goff.
Fat Boy
Goff.
And then Gina Marie. She's a dope artist. It's crazy. She used to come to my shows.
You said
You
that.
said
You
that.
said that on stage.
Yeah.
And now she was on stage performing with you.
Yeah, and then I also brought her with me when I performed at Navy Pier over the summer. So it's like a full circle moment, you know?
You know what? I gotta salute you on that, because one thing about you, 8MatikLogan, is you always give back to upcoming artists. You always provide opportunities, and I say that because I know. I was one that you provided an opportunity for when you had I want to say one of your first sellouts at Reggie's.
Yep.
Or it might have been your second.
Yep.
But you provided opportunities to where, I opened up and had an amazing time.
Yeah.
And I noticed that wasn't just something you wanted to do at that time. That's something that you actually do. So I just, again, want to give you a round of applause for continuing to, spotlight additional artists that's been supportive of your career.
Yeah, and it's even like, for me, man, it's just like Chicago. Like, I have a lot of critiques and a lot of opinions about, things and how things have been ran here for, however many years. But I really want to be a part of the change, not a part of the complaining. And so for me, it's like, I'm trying to really embody the spirit of like what I always wanted, even coming up. And so like, I always say the moment I get into like a real position, I'm reaching back and grabbing everybody that I can. Like I don't want to, like the Gina thing was cool because she was she used to come to my shows as like a teenager, like literally like almost 10 years ago, and I got to see her kind of go from like a fan of mine to being someone that's interested in making music to kind of playing with it, and then like, okay, now you're like a real artist, and now you're making your own music, putting your own music out. And yeah, I love her music. So
I got two things I want to bring up. First and foremost, I'm gonna bring this up right now. Reciprocation. As we're talking about how you provide a lot of opportunities, has anyone, because you done worked with so many people that done grew and influenced people, that it's just so many people that you've worked with. Has there been any reciprocation where it kind of like led you to what you felt was very beneficial, at least for you?
This is something that I've struggled with personally for a while, because I'm not a person that's playing the game and keeping score. I'm not keeping score, but I have a really good memory and my heart has always been in it. And to see so many people get in position and not help me has really hurt me. Like, it hurt my heart, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to emulate that. I want to be the opposite of that. So like when you ask me that question, it really hurts because I don't feel like anybody's like reached back and grabbed me, and I helped a lot of people. So, but I ain't sitting here in no victim mentality. Like, I'm getting active in my own save. Like, I'm saving myself, and I'm getting out and I'm putting the work in that I need to put in to make sure that, like, or I should say I'm getting active in my own rescue. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sitting here crying and making sure like everybody knows that I'm upset or whatever. It's like, all right, transmute that energy and go get active and like really set the standard and lead by example. Because I felt like I got abandoned, and it wasn't a good feeling, and it almost broke my spirit. But now I'm like recharged and re-energized, and I'm like, I feel invincible. Like from a standpoint of like, I have a vision and nobody's gonna stop me from getting there.
So good to hear that, because I've witnessed. That's why I brought that. I've witnessed so much opportunity come from you. That's why I always salute you, because you didn't have to allow me to do anything or others.
Yeah.
And it's so many things behind the scenes people may not know that you've been a part of that has also grown into better situations. But then again, it's like, okay, hello. So,
yeah, no, it's even been situations where I've kind of thrown alley-oops behind the scenes, and I don't even really showcase it. Like, I don't shine a light on it, because I feel like that's what you're supposed to do. But to see even like, and I won't even say no names, but to hear people explicitly like try to marginalize me or like exclude me from certain things, and I ain't never did nothing to nobody. So I'm like, all right, well, let me step back. I really had to like regather myself and kind of reassess the city as a whole and what my role was in this whole thing, and like just try to figure out where I'm going, like direction wise. And that's kind of why I kind of had that like almost revelation where I was like, let me start playing with other music. Let me start like playing with the guitar. Let me start picking up the piano, the bass. Like, let me start producing. Let me start doing other things. Because I felt alienated, and I was like, well, if they're going to alienate me anyway, I might as well start producing myself and like doing all of these other things. And I really believe that this is all for a reason. I don't think it's a coincidence. I think God has, you know, a vision for me or a plan for me, or just a plan in general and a way to use me. And I'm here, and I'm like focused on this vision that somehow came to me. I don't really even know where it came from, but like at some point something just clicked musically and like creatively, and I was like, all right, this is what I have to do. And I'm not relying on nobody.
Now, earlier, because remember I said it was a 2-part question. You were saying that you wanted to see change come to Chicago.
Yeah.
And you wanted to help with that. So what is that change you want to, you know, assist with coming here in this market? Well, what are you working towards when it comes to
well,
you know, changing things?
The cliche is that there's no infrastructure here, right? Everybody's been saying that for years. There's no like the big labels and all of that is not here. But I'm on some real like disruptive like energy, like flip the industry on its head. Like, bro, I've been turning down deals. I took one deal in 2019 and it almost ruined my life, but I got so much out of it. And now I'm like, all right, now it's time to really get disruptive and flip this thing on its head and just reimagine what the music industry is in general, but then also what it means to be a musician in Chicago. And when I get into a position, I'm reaching back and grabbing anybody that I could, like, because that's what they doing everywhere else. And beyond hip hop, like in other genres too, there's so many opportunities. There's so many opportunities, and there's so much funding, and there's so many like ways to make sure people are getting, you know, the love that they're supposed to get or the support they're supposed to get, because it's so much bigger than just one person. And what I really don't like is how many people get in position and then act like they weren't out of position.
Man.
Even with certain platforms, I feel that, you know, you deserve the more flowers than you get.
Thank you.
I don't hear your name enough as much as I want to hear it. It's like, damn, as I was listening to Paradox the other day, I was like, why doesn't he get mentioned as much as he does, as he should? Because not only do you rap your ass off,
Man.
but this new bag you in, I don't know where you got it from and what hole you dug it out of, but bruh,
We don't talk about
that bag is deep. And I'm like, there's no way we not like, this motherfucker right here got some shit.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. Like, because I look around the city and I'm really tapped in. I always been tapped in, bro. And there's nobody, like, what I think generally is a very uninteresting landscape. And I don't think there's many artists as interesting as what I'm doing. Like, from the music in terms of blending all these genres, like my music is hip hop, it's folk, it's grunge, it's country, this new album has some jazz elements in it, and I'm playing all the instruments myself. I'm producing and mixing and mastering everything myself, distributing it through my own label. Like, I'm doing all of that myself, managing myself. Like, it's and I don't say that out of pride. I say that to like empower and inspire. You know what I mean? And beyond that, I paint all my cover art. So when it comes to IP and when it comes to copyrights, nobody's gonna tell me that I can't use my image and likeness unless I pay for this, or that I have to get a license for this. All the art is mine. I'm painting everything. Now I'm also entering the art world. I'm multidisciplinary. I'm writing books. Like, you know what I mean? Beyond just music, man. I'm doing so many things that I feel like makes me one of the most interesting artists here. And for people to just shun me, and it's always been a common theme across Chicago though, is like, we know you're a threat or we know you're a presence and we finna ignore you until somebody else gives you an opportunity, and then everybody's gonna flock. And that's what I mean when I say it's time to like really change the temperature and like shift this thing and flip it on its head, because there are other dope artists too, but I just feel like I'm spearheading something that is unprecedented and innovative in Chicago, at least regionally or locally. And I don't know why people aren't like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I do get support. A lot of support is in private though, and a lot of support is like from people that actually know me, but I'm not getting championed like I see a lot of other artists that I feel like are not as interesting. And that's what I feel like the game is lacked, is something interesting. Like, a lot of it is diluted and regurgitated, and like, especially in the younger generation that I'm seeing, a lot of them are trying to sound like, you know,
what's on the radio.
Well, that, and like how we were sounding in like 2015, 2016, like, and there's nothing wrong with being inspired. I'm obviously inspired by so many, you know, different genres and artists and musicians, but I think I do it in a way where I pull from so many different places. That's what makes it original.
What keeps you going?
Wait. Let's bring that. Let's go to break, and then you bring that back in.
Yo, what's up? It's your girl, Pretty Right, and I need you to do one sminy. Yo, what's up? It's your girl, Pretty Riot, and I just need you to do one small favor for me. Head on over to your app store, search iLLANOiZE. Hit the first thing that pops up, because we the one and only, and download the iLLANOiZE app.
Listen, before we went to break, I wanted to ask, because, you know, you've experienced a lot in this game. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people who would even attempt to try to walk a block in your shoes will give up.
Yeah.
What keeps you going? What fuels you to get to turn on a mic every time, to pick up a guitar? You know what I'm saying?
I honestly, bro, I feel like I'm an artist in my heart. Like, I feel like my purpose is to create and empower and inspire and help heal people through my expression, whether that be painting and fine art, whether that be music, whether that be my books, whatever the case may be. I really feel like my purpose is that. And I've struggled personally for a long time with purpose and with direction, and you know, what my role in all of this is, I think I just started to really get clarity over the last couple years. I would say over the past 6 months, when I like started to strengthen my relationship with God, it really became apparent for me. And it really was like a moment of empowerment where I feel like I'm being channeled and used by some divine force. And it ain't easy. I was in a very dark place multiple times. For years, I was in some very dark places. And that's, you know, what's inspiring my book. And if you listen to my music, it's very apparent, you know what I mean? Right. But that's what keeps me going, is the journey, the process, because you're never a finished product. This thing is way bigger than one person. And I just feel like the closer I get to God, the closer I get to like living my purpose. And I just wake up every day. I'm so blessed, bro. I wake up every day and I paint, I write, and I make music. That is the life that I dream of. And I do that every day.
Damn.
That's not easy to do neither, you know, to like really focus in and hone in on your craft.
Yeah.
And not get thrown out of it mentally, because there's so much we creatives deal with on a day-to-day basis, not just from music, but just from our peers that be in our ears. You know, damn, I'm rhyming this shit. You gotta be, but our peers being in our ears, it can kind of like deflect you from continuing.
Yeah.
And you've continued. Would you say is what keeps you going the most? Is it painting? Is it the music? Is it? I know it's something out of all that you do that you find helps you is more therapeutic for you. Reading, even you can add.
Well, reading. I think I've always been on this like endless pursuit of knowledge and wisdom, and I don't think I'll ever be a finished product. You know, I think I'm going to continue to grow until the day I die. But I think it just all goes back to purpose, man. There's nothing that fulfills me more than helping people, and specifically helping people heal, because I was in such a bad place. And multiple times, whether it be from the music industry, from real life, my spirit felt broken. My spirit felt like it was ripped out of me. My heart was ripped out of me. And by the grace of God, I made it through all of that. And I just want to help people. Like, I just want to help people.
Through that, you say you was in dark places, but you stay consistent. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you, like, pull through those dark moments, like each dark moments? Like, they never, I'm sure you come out a new person every time.
Yeah.
But like, how does like, what, you don't just want to just scream and yell at a motherfucker, fuck you bitches. Like how do you keep your
like,
cool through this shit?
out.
Like we don't see Logan crash out on social media.
Not anymore.
Hey, don't forget, bro got his Twitter took it a little while ago.
I did a lot of dumb. When I was younger, I did a lot of dumb shit, bro. I crashed out in many ways. I burned bridges. I've tarnished relationships, personal and professional. I was reckless when I was younger. Anybody who knows me knows that. And I think like throughout my journey, for a long duration, I leaned on drugs and sex and like indulgence, overindulgence, and all of these things to kind of run and numb. And just recently, I started to like really face everything and kind of have to sit with a lot of these things. But by no means was it easy, and it was never guaranteed. Like I very much cheated death a lot of times, you know, and I struggled a lot. And so when I say dark places, I know we throw these words around like, cause it's romanticized and it's sexy in a way, but like, nah, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like on drugs, in the emergency room, like shootouts, almost dying, like suicidal thoughts, like all of that, like real, you know what I mean? Like no guarantee that you're gonna wake up tomorrow type thing. And I don't know why I'm here. You know, sometimes I still have like guilt because some of my friends are dead and I'm not, or like some people didn't make it and I'm still able to wake up and do what I love to do. But I'm starting to view it in a different light from a different perspective of like, yo, I'm here for a reason. There's something divine going on, and I'm just like gonna lean into it. And I pull from that a lot, man, because it's not easy.
Do you still indulge?
I don't smoke weed anymore. I don't drink anymore, really. I know I've went through periods where I quit for a while. So I'm back doing that. I'm back quitting again. So like, you know, I'm trying to give up. I'm trying to give my life to God. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to like be a real like God loving person and like embody Christ and like literally live a Christ like life. It's not easy, especially coming from where I came from, bro. But like every day I wake up, I pray, I read the Bible. Like, you know, I go to church every Sunday. We have a Bible study group, me and my friends. And they're all in the creative space too. But like, for me, that's where I'm at right now is like, yo, I needed to strengthen my relationship with God because I couldn't run from what I was running from anymore with drugs, with sex, with liquor and alcohol, and like just being reckless and careless with my heart, my soul, my spirit, my family, like everything, my business. Obviously, I was in a bad record deal, like just moving reckless, put myself in bad situations. So like, to answer your question, I'm really trying not to indulge and like really run away from these things anymore. I'm trying to face them head on and be like, you know, proactive. Mm-hmm. But I'm really just giving it all to God, bro.
Love it. I love hearing it. I like the spiritual side. When people see you, do they perceive you differently? As if like they're shocked when they notice that you study, that you read the Bible, that you have a higher calling. Do that shock, you know, some people that may approach you from like the perception they may get of you?
I'm sure it does, probably. Like for me, I don't know why believing in God is so controversial. I don't get that. Like, you know what I mean?
Love, yeah.
I just don't understand why having faith is controversial. It doesn't make sense to me. Like I was on the train the other day reading my Bible and people were looking at me like I was crazy. And I'm like, I don't feel weird right now. I feel like I'm doing the right thing, you know? So I don't know. But I'm sure people have their, you know, prejudices, and people assume and judge you based on, you know, people, I know they judge me off my face tattoos and the way that I dress and the way that I look sometimes. But I try not to get caught up in all of that, man, because it's out of my control and I'm really working towards something, you know?
Gotcha. I don't know why I felt it, but I felt like you might have, I love how you brought it up, how you was on the train. I just felt that, you know, the perception you give off, people probably be like, wait, hold on. This brother's different. You know what I'm saying? And you can never judge a book by the cover. So
do you feel like with this transition and this growth that you're walking into, do you feel like along the way you're losing friends because of this?
It's funny. I was talking to my boy Ty about this. Shout out to Ty. This is his brand, October. Cause like we have these Bible studies and we always talk about prayer. And I prayed for God to remove all the distractions, to remove all the fake, remove all the things that aren't supposed to be here. And if you just sit back and observe, you'll literally watch people drop like flies. You'll watch people kind of get out the way, or you know what I'm saying, like get in the way, and then you got to kind of move them. Like so, yeah, things are changing, but that's what I was expecting. You know what I mean, like. When you make such drastic changes, bro, or you grow, or you go through this like metamorphosis and you're kind of evolving, that's the nature of it. Things are gonna change. People are gonna exit. People are gonna come in. It's a new chapter, a new life, you know? So, yeah.
Damn. Is your business struggling? Trying to get your followers up? No problem. You can advertise with us right now. Tap that link above. Now let's get back to the show. We was off air talking about like if you go back from the first time we chopped it up with bro to now, you just see just growth, man, and all things. I recently played your single Away in My Mind, which is on Paradox 1.
Yep.
Let's talk about Paradox, man, because before Paradox, you put, what is it? If
If I have a mental breakdown,
call my mom. Yeah. And you had no hair.
Yeah, I shaved my head. I shaved my eyebrows. That was kind of like the beginning of me, like, of this transformation. I think I'm still yet to reach that like climactic moment. Like I was telling you, I feel like everything that I'm doing is still very much in its infancy, but that was probably one of the pivotal moments where I made that decision to kind of start changing.
Love that cover art too.
Yeah, that was sick.
cover art was dope as fuck.
Yeah, that was sick.
Hey, I gotta ask you, what do you take vitamins or something? Cause your hair grows so fucking fast, man.
Yeah, you cut all your hair off.
You was
I tried that. Mine didn't grow back.
Yeah, no, I was shaving it a lot too. I would shave it like every 2 weeks.
Your hair long as hell.
You know what's crazy is when I first went through Xanax withdrawal, I lost hair. Like I was losing, my hair was thinning, and it's a common side effect of going through Xanax withdrawal. It's not one that they tell you about, but yeah, and like I still have patches in places like where the hair is not growing back, or at least not as healthily. But my hair has always grown back since I was a kid, like really fast. But yeah, so I shaved it and I just kept shaving it, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna let it grow.
That shit grow fast.
Yeah.
Fat long too, goddamn. But to hear you say having Xanax withdrawal can thin your hair.
Yeah, bro, there's so many different
Side effects.
like
What was that process like?
Hell
That
yeah.
journey of kicking it, the Xanax.
Well, I'm still not all the way off Xanax. So I'm writing this book called Xanax Betrayal. I've been working on it for about 6 years now. I'm almost done with it. I'm happy I didn't put it out when I thought I was done with it, because it allowed me to kind of read more books and sit with like these really profound memoirs and like get more acclimated with like real substantial writers and sit with their books. And I reworked my book over and over and over, and now it's like so poetic. It reads like a novel in a sense. There's more of a flow to it, and it allowed me to mature more, so I can add some more to the book. But like from a perspective of like just Xanax, bro, there's so many unknown side effects and like things that people don't. It's just not common knowledge, even amongst psychiatrists. Like, because there's no money in doing research about the side effects. You know what I mean? So like they're getting paid to prescribe the drugs, not to get you off of them or to, you know what I mean? So like and I really dive into it deep in my book. But you know, I'm on one of the lowest dosage, if not the lowest dosage you could have. And I've been tapering off of Xanax for almost 8 years now.
Damn.
So, but I was taking it before that. Like Xanax has been in my life for over 10 years. So it's like, it's been a journey I've went through. I tried to do the cold turkey thing. I went through withdrawal so many times, and I still have it's this phenomenon called protracted withdrawal, where some people believe like the side effects never go away. Some people it goes away after 10 years. Some people don't have side effects at all. Like they report that they don't have side effects at all. So it's different for everybody. But for me, yeah, I lost hair. I still get like this thing called tinnitus. It's like ringing in your ears. Most people get it from like the military, or like if you are around loud things.
Damn, like what they call that, shell shock.
Similar. So like my ears would just ring like really loud and intensely. I still get heart palpitations, a lot of anxiety, insomnia, stomach issues, you know, manic episodes, all type of stuff, man. But
Damn, boy, that's deep as fuck.
I know you say you was writing a book. Now, like we said, y'all can go back interviews ago and hear Logan talk about reading books, having a book club with his homies, and now talking about he's writing a book and finna drop a book. What is preparing to prepare your own book release? What is that like?
Yeah, because there ain't no album release, brother.
yeah, no, I'm learning in real time. I've never done it before. So it's like not something that I'm familiar with, but I'm familiar with being unfamiliar. I'm comfortable being uncomfortable. So like I'm embracing the whole process and learning about the DIY publishing aspect in terms of the literary world. And honestly, bro, I'm approaching it the same way I approach music. Like, doing it, making the work first, and then figuring it out as you go. Like, people, the thing is like, if you want to do anything, you just have to start. You just start, and then you learn through doing. And that's how I've always approached it. Same thing with painting. I didn't know how to paint, or like, I write poems and stuff. I didn't really know how. I just started doing it. And a lot of it is consumption. Like, you input and then you output. So like, when I read a lot of books, it's because I'm like studying, you know, and I'm trying to figure these things out. Some of it is personal life, some of it is creative and professional. But you really just learn through doing, man. And I have a story to tell, and I feel like I could help so many people, and that's the driving force. And when you really feel like you have a purpose, you're gonna push through any obstacle. And if you walk in alignment with God, bro, you become immovable. You become unstoppable in a sense where like there is no adversity that you can't face with your head high. There is no obstacle that you can't push through. You have God, bro. You know what I mean? Like, what's more powerful than God?
Creator, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, I don't feel like anything could stop me. There may be challenges, but I'm gonna figure it out.
Is there a release date? Well, I'm not gonna. Do you have a exact, I guess, like a time
I have
stamp
a
on
general,
when you
yeah, like a
things?
general ideal timetable would be later this year.
Okay.
I'm not rushing it. Obviously, I've been working on the book for like 6 years now, but like, I would like to put it out this year.
Wait. Just for those that ain't catch, you've been working on this book for 6 years.
Yeah, I finished writing it like 4 years ago during like right at the end of the pandemic.
Whew.
And I didn't touch it for like 2 years because I didn't know what to do. Like, for me, the story was on paper already. So like, I put the story down, and the first like couple of drafts of the manuscript is just like, it's just the story.
Okay.
And then I didn't touch it for like 2 years. And then just recently, 2024, I started to rework it as I got more acclimated with like real profound writers and authors, and read like really good memoirs, and like really study these other like authors. And somebody that really helped me, like Patti Smith. Like, I love her books so much. And after reading her books, I'm like, okay, I want my book to read similar to this. Like, I want it to have more of a poetic flow.
Okay.
I want it to sound like words on a paper. I wanted it to be more intentional, you know? But I'm like diving into all type of stuff, bro. And this ain't the only book I'm gonna put out.
I can tell.
You know?
Every time you come sit in this seat, you break it down and let people know that reading is powerful. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, bro, I read right now. Now this isn't sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
This is not sustainable what I'm doing now. But I'm reading like 5 books right now, and I'm reading for almost like 5-6 hours a day.